Good day everyone. I am Merchant Tumamel, BE44. This is my report topic in Agri 5 about the RA 7607 or the Magna Carta of Small Farmers. Executive Order Number 61 Series of 1993 modifying the nomenclature and rates of import duty to certain articles under Section 104 of the Tariff and Custom Code of 1978 as amended in implementation of Section 23 of Republic Act No. 7607 or the Magna Carta for Small Farmers. The Republic Act No. 7607 or the Magna Carta of Small Farmers was signed into the law on June 4, 1992. It is enacted by the Senate and House of Representatives of the Philippines. The importance of the RA 7607 or the Magna Carta of Small Farmers aims the realizing equitable distribution of benefits and opportunities through the empowerment of small farmers. Why farmers important? Family and small farmers are important in terms of farming because they are the main producer of farming products in our country. In general provision, Section 1 or the title, this act shall be known as the Magna Carta of Small Farmers. Section 2, the Declaration of Policy. It is the declared policy of the state to give the highest priority to the development of agriculture such that equitable distribution and benefits and opportunities is realized through the empowerment of small farmers. In the Declaration of Policy, the state recognized the fact that the welfare and development of small farmers is their primordial responsibility. The state shall provide the necessary support mechanism toward the attainment of their socio-economic endeavors. Section 3 or the scope of application shall cover all small farmers and to the extent herein provided the departments, offices, agencies, subdivisions, or instrumentalities of national government. In the Section 4 or the definition of terms for purposes of this act. Number 1. Small farmers refers to natural person dependent on small-scale subsistence farming as their primary source of income and whose sale, barter, or exchange of agricultural products do not exceed a gross value of 180,000 pesos per annum based on 1992 constant prices. Farmers Organization refers to farmers cooperatives, association, or corporation duly registered with appropriate government agencies and which are composed primarily of small agricultural producers. For farmers, organization is necessary because of helping each members or for farming and must be organized for every needs. Number 3. Small agricultural producer refers to any self-employed individual who by himself or with his family provides the primary labor requirement of this business enterprises. Number 4. Production infrastructures refers to farm market roads, irrigation, rural electrification, ports, drying areas, public sites, warehouses, and other physical facilities used for productivity enhancing services. In production infrastructure, farm to market road leads a fast transit of products to the market and also to less stress of products to sell. Pre-harvest activities include but are not limited to seedbed and land preparation, planting, weeding, pest and disease control, fertilizer application, water management, and harvesting. For pre-harvest activities, the land preparation before planting the seed it is it is ready to be transplanted. Also, for the pest control method must be and other needed in primary activities. Post-harvest activity or the threshing, drying, milling, storing, and handling of produce and such other activities as shelling, stripping, winnowing, chipping, and washing. This time is the harvesting method on how to store and proper managing of the products. Number 7. Extension services refers to the technology transfer provided by the government and non-government organization to the agricultural sectors such as training of farmers, credit assistance, and others. Transportation infrastructure includes roads, bridges, ports, airports, and the different modes of transportation using this infrastructure. Better road for transporting products to market. It is fast and easy to transport products. Pre-harvesting facilities, plows, harrows, tractors, rotivators, and sprayers. This must be needed in farming system for easy and less hassle to farmers. Number 10. Post-harvest facilities, threshers, moisture meters, dryers, weighing scale, milling equipment, storage facilities, buying station, market infrastructures, and transportation facilities. Number 11. Market infrastructure refers to facilities such as market buildings, slaughterhouses, holding pens, and cold storage used by the farmers in the market. For number 12, farm worker, natural person who renders service value as an employee or laborer in an agricultural enterprises or farm. Number 13, good seed, seeds that are the progeny of certified seeds so handled as to maintain a minimum acceptable level of generic purity and identity and which is selected at the farm. For the farmers organization. Section 5, right to organize. The state recognizes the right of farmers to organize themselves to promote their welfare and advance safeguard their interest. That means farmers can try and improve their job condition by coming together to inform their own organization or a union. Also, the safety for their interest in transaction of products. Section 6. Farmers representation in government. After voluntarily organizing themselves on the barangay, municipality, provincial, and regional levels, the farmers who have been elected. There must be a leader or a representative in government for the happenings and knowing regardless for the farming system. Empowerment of the small farmers. Section 7. General provision refers to the provision of opportunities whereby farmers can have access to ownership or management of production resources. Farmers have the access to own and manage production resources. Section 8. Farmers' right. The farmers have the right to first is the first is be regularly informed such as vital information as market prices, government agricultural policies, market demands, and farming practices. Conduct their activities in an atmosphere guaranteed by a support price program for certain agricultural commodities such as rice and corn. Number 2. Be regularly informed such as vital information as market prices, government agricultural policies, market demands, and farming practices. be covered also by Social Security to serve as protection from events such as calamities, death, sickness, and disabilities. Number 4, or the pursue of any appropriate educational and skill development towards the improvement of the quality of life. Number 5, be heard, and represented in the government. In Section 9, or the farmer's obligation, or the in Section 9, farmers' obligations. First is make use of their farmers' organization, prefer- preferably cooperatives, in order to enhance their capabilities in production, processing, marketing, and financing towards self-reliance. Number 2 is comply with the terms and conditions stipulated in the availment of any form of assistance from the government, financial institutions, and non-government organization to enable others to equal benefits from such assistance. Number 3, to participate in the conservation, protection, and development of the national patrimony. Number 4 is aim for increased productivity through the use of recommended farm practices and quality inputs. Number 5 is the participate in and contribute to government insurance and social security program. Infrastructure and farm inputs. In Section 10, or the provision of infrastructure supports inputs and services. In the construction and maintenance of infrastructure projects, the government shall undertake with these farmers' organization for the purposes of utilizing locally available manpower and materials, just like the soil testing, the greenhouse and the barnyard, the stock storage of produced products. Section 10, or the transportation of infrastructure. The government shall provide farm-to-market roads, feeder road, and bridges which will link the farmers to the market. And about Section 12, or the communication infrastructure. To facilitate farmers' access to vital information, the government shall make viable and at least one communication facility in each municipality for this purpose. Section 13, or the post-harvest facility service. Every barangay which is predominantly agriculture based shall be entitled to at least one storage facilities and multipurpose pavement or plaza which can be used for various purposes including drying of agricultural produce. Section 12 of the post-harvest facilities. The National Food Authority shall establish the necessity post-harvest facilities such as rice mills, dryers, threshers, warehouse, cold storage, and other facilities which are needed in the area. That's all.